Hi, welcome everyone to a new video on mobile application development. So in this session, we are going to develop a small application using Flutter framework and Dart language. Okay, actually we are going to develop a small application using this framework, Flutter framework for beginner level programmers or beginner level students. Okay, after the installation of this framework, we will go to open this application. Okay, after the installation of this framework, when we open the application, it will be look like this. So this button, new Flutter project, this button will not be available when you install this framework for the first time. So to enable this button, go to the plugins tab. Here search for Flutter, then click that extension. Just click to install that extension, then go to projects. So here you can able to see the new Flutter project button. So click this button to create a new Flutter project. When we click that button, a new window will be open. Here, select that Flutter tab at the left hand side. So after that, give the SDK path. When we installing this framework, we have downloaded that SDK file. So just file, and then we have extracted to that C directory. So give the directory file path to this location. So after providing that path, give the next button. So here we can able to create the name of the project. So now here I am going to develop a small application called BMI Calculator to calculate the body mass index. So give the project name as BMI Calculator. So next, project location, wherever we need to save this project, give the corresponding location. So after that, description. So here I am going to give a small description. So description, after description, project type. Here we are going to develop the application. So leave it like this. After that, organization. So it's a unique name to identify this application. It's also optional. Give that unique name. So after that, Android language. Defaultly, it will be selected as Kotlin. If you need to change to Java, click this button. So after that, platforms. So the plus point of this framework will be when we create this application using Dart language, all the other platform specific codes will be automatically generated. So when we check all these platforms, all the platform specific codes will be automatically generated and saved inside of this folders. So after checking all these platforms, click the create button. Okay, when we open the application for the first time, actually it will be look like this. This is the default application present in this framework. When we open the application for the first time, it will be look like this. Okay, in the application at the left hand side, here we can able to see folders for iOS, Linux, Mac OS, web platform. It will have separate folders. So all these folders will contain the corresponding files. Okay, our Dart file will be resides inside this library folder. So inside this folder, our user-defined code will be available here. So when we create the Dart language code, all the files will be present inside this library folder. Okay. Apart from this is the project file structure. So after that, there's some other important tools that we need to understand before developing this application. So terminal is available here. We can able to run the different commands from here. So this is an important tool. So after this one, there is a file tab. All the file operations will be handled here. So new settings and all the things will be available here. Apart from this file menu, we have we can able to select the output devices. So when we click this one, we can able to select the different output devices to view the output. So after we have a run button, debug button, another important is a device manager. A device manager, from here we can able to create emulating device. So real-time Android devices we can able to create from here. So I already created a new device. So if you need to create a new device, just click this button, add button, to create a new device. Okay, already I have created one. When I run this button, we can able to see the emulating device to view the output. So this is the emulating device. So using this device, we can able to view the output of the program that we are currently going to generate. Okay, this is the emulating device. So this is a default program. Okay, this is a default code when we open any application in this framework. So to run this default application, we need to select the output device. I have selected that emulator as an output device. So after that, we can able to run this program to view the output. So when you run this application for the first time, it will take a few seconds to few minutes to load this application. So once the application will be loaded, I can able to explain about this application. So before going for that, we will see the output screen for our application that we are going to develop. Okay, this is the output screen that we are going to develop. So actually this is a simple calculator. Using the height and weight variables, we can able to find the calculator, find the BMI value of that particular value. So actually here we are using 4 variables, one for the output, one for that condition selected data, that is a text variable. So after that, height and weight. So height and weight will be integer variable. BMI also, okay, 3 integer variables and 1 text variable that is used for this application. Using these variables, we can able to calculate the BMI and display to the user. Okay, actually this is the thing. So at the top we have application bar, a bar next to the body of the application. Okay, so in the body of the application you have text elements, slider element, and button. So using these things, we are going to develop this application. Okay, this is the output for this default application. So in this default application, there is an application bar. So next to the body of the application, in the body of the application, there is a text element and integer. So at the end of this application, there is a floating action button. So when we click this button, the integer variable will be get incremented. So there is a function in this application. When we click that button, this integer variable will be getting increased. So this is the simple application. So now we are going to develop the application from scratch. For that, we Need to clear all these things. Okay, so before going to develop the application, when we delete all the things, the output screen will be like this. So before going to develop the application, we need to understand some of the basic Dart skills. So some of the things we need to understand before developing an application like this. So for that, we are going to see the layout. So actually, a text element or image or anything, all the elements will be arranged like a row and column structure, as well as the HTML web development also. There is a alignment using like this. So in this framework, we are going to develop create the application using row and column layout. Uh, when we arrange the elements, it will be actually the elements will be arranged using row and column layouts. So for example, when we use column layout to add elements in a screen, it will be look like this. So text or text element or image or any other element, when we use column layout, it will be arranged like this. And when we use row layout, the text elements or image or anything, any elements, it will be arranged like this. So before going to develop the application, we need to understand this layout structure. So apart from this, there is another important thing. Two types of classes will be available. So to develop an application, stateless and stateful classes are used to develop the application. So for static type of applications, we will use stateless widget. Widget is nothing like it's a class. So for static application, we will use stateless widget, and for dynamic applications, we will use stateful widget. So the user UI will be updating uh, dynamically when we need to use this stateful widget. So actually, it will have a constructor class and set state. State management will be updated here. So we need to use stateful widget. Okay, so based on the requirement, we need to use these two separate classes for developing our application. So in our application also we will use these two type of widgets to develop our application. Okay, we will see when we develop once we start the coding. Okay, the next important thing is before going to develop the application, we need to lay out the structure, how we are going to arrange all these elements to develop this application. So uh, to organize to arrange all these elements, we will make a structure first. So actually, it's all these text elements and slider button, all the elements are nested in this application. So actually, material app is outer like a container to holding all these elements. So actually, material app is a container, outer container. So it will hold all the text elements, all the elements to build this application. So inside that material app, another container will hold all these things. The name of that container is scaffold. Actually, the scaffold container will have application bar and body of the application. Inside that body only, we are going to create the column and row layout. Okay. So when we use column layout, all the text elements or image or anything will be arranged from top to bottom like that. When we use row, for example, condition, it will be on the left hand side. Select data, it's another text, it will be on the right hand side. So row will be go like that, and the column will be go like this. So in the body of that scaffold, we are going to create column and row to develop this application. So actually this is a very simple application. It will only uses one button, two slider, and all the other is text elements. Using this one, we are going to develop this application. Okay, once we lay out a structure how to develop this application, we can able to go to code for develop the application. So go to Android Studio. Now we are going to develop this application using the layout we have understand. So first of all, we need to import that package. Actually, material.dart is a package from Google. So actually, it will have a large number of elements to develop some applications. So from this package, we will use a few elements to develop our application. So importing is completed. So after that, we are going to provide the void main function. Inside that void main function, we need to pass the run up. Inside that run up method, we are going to pass the root to widget. So next, we are going to okay, this is the root widget. From we are going to extending this class to build our application. So this is the root class. From this root class, we are going to extend stateful and stateless widget to develop our application. So after that, I will give STL. So stateless widget will be opened. When I click STL and enter, okay, the code will be automatically generated. Next, I am going to give my app. Okay. When we give the file up to this one, we will get the output like this. So actually, it is returning a placeholder. So we need to in our okay, in our program, we have a material app, that is outer container. So we are going to define first that one. So now here we are returning placeholder. So remove the placeholder and we are going to give material app. Okay, the outer container is completed. So inside that material app, we are going to uh, give the scaffold, that is the inner container, to provide that one. So here we have one property called a BMI. The name home. So in this home property, we are going to pass another widget. So actually, this is another class. So we are going to extend this class using stateful widget. For creating stateful widget, type STF. Click enter. The code will be automatically generated. Then we need to pass the file name, class name. Okay. Now we have passed that. Here also we are returning a placeholder. So when we return a placeholder, output will be like this. Okay. So we need to define the inner container, that is a scaffold widget. Okay, when we return the scaffold widget from this class, the output will be like this. Okay, this is a scaffold widget. So inside of this scaffold widget, we are defining app bar, application bar, and all the other things. Okay, till now we have added that material app and the scaffold widget. Okay, we have added the two container for this application. So inside this scaffold, we are going to define the application bar and the body of the application. In the body of the application, we will use a column and row layout. So now we are going to give the application bar for this uh, scaffold widget. So for to create the application bar, go to app bar of title. Here then a text widget, BMI Calculator. Just add a green color background as in the application. So for that, give the background color of color. Okay, the background color is enabled. Okay, now the application bar is displayed at the top of the application. So that is the application bar. Now we are going to define the body of the application. To write the body of the application in this scaffold container. Actually, this container will hold all the elements to develop this application. So for the body of the container, there is a property inside this scaffold widget, that is um, body tag, body property. In this body, we are going to give the column and row layouts. Okay, inside this column, there is children. All the elements that we are going to place inside this column widget will be defined inside the column children of this column, because this column widget will have multiple child, such as text elements, um, slider, so different things. So we will define inside this children widget. If this column widget will have only one children, then children widget will not be required. So just we can able to define that widget. So now we are going to give the children. So inside this children widget, we will make another container to, because it have a green color background. So for that we are going to define another container to hold first three elements in that uh, container. I will show that image. So up to the BMI calculator application bar is completed. Next, check your body mass index, then the child to, that is the output value, then the condition and select data. These three things we are going to define inside this container, because it have a green color background and these three combines inside a section. So we inside that container we are going to define these three elements. Okay, inside the children we have first container. Okay, inside this container we have a background color. So for that background color, we are going to define one property called a decoration. So that decoration box decoration of color. Okay, the decoration property we have assigned. So after that, we are going to define a child widget. In this child, we are going to define the first three elements. So for that, we are going to define a column widget. In this column widget, uh, in this column widget, first element is this one, secure body mass index. That is the first child. Second child, that is an integer variable. So it's a second child. And third child will be inside a row widget. So for that, that is assigned as a third child. So instead we have three children. So we are going to define these three children. So inside this first column, we are going to define the children widget. In this children widget, first is a text element. In the first text element, we will give secure body mass. Next, we are going to when we save this one, so we have that secure body mass that is displayed over the application. So we are now it's the text font size is very small, so we are going to define the style element. So for that, give the style text style of color. Colors dot white, and font size we are going to define as 30. Next also we are going to give the text align property to left. So when we save this one, okay, okay, the font size and color will be changed. So now we are going to define the next element. Actually, next element is a integer variable. So actually, we need four variables for developing this application. So we are going to define that four variable elements. So actually, these four are the variables. First one for the height variable, next one for the weight variable. These are integer double variables. So next, for displaying the output, we have a BMI, that is the integer variable. So after that, a condition, that is a text variable. So we need these four variables to develop this application. So first one, okay. Next, the first child also completed. So the next child will be the output variable. To display the output variable, we are going to uh, define the second widget, second child for this one. These are also text elements. Just to copy this one. So the second element, that is BMA, that is we are going to display that one. Okay, this is a integer variable. So for displaying the variables, use the dollar symbol forwarded by that variable. So variable name. So we can able to display the integer variable using this text element. Okay. When we save this one, okay, this one will be aligned at the center of this application. So in the output screen, it will be displayed over the right hand side. So we need to add some padding to this variable. So for adding a padding, just right click this one, go to context actions. So wrap with padding. When we give this one, the padding will be added. So here from LTRB, give LTRB, then give left as 340 pixels from the left. All the other things will be get 0. When we save this one, okay, it will be aligned to the right hand side. And just add one more property to the style, that is font weight. Okay, it is in a bold font. So the first child and first element and second element is completed. So next one is the third element. So for the third element, we will define a row, because if you see this design, it will the first inside this column we are going to define another row widget. In that row, first element will be the condition, second element will be the select data. So we are going to use the row widget here. For creating a row widget, just click just type row. Okay, inside this we are going to define the text elements for this two elements. So for that, inside this row, two elements. So we are going to define children widget. Inside this children, first text element will be same like this. And just to copy this one, paste here. Okay, another children also. Here two children. So okay, first text is completed. So the next text will be copy this one and paste here. Okay, two elements we have created. So for the first one, you need to give this one as condition. Next one will be that variable, string variable. So we have defined this one at the beginning. So we are going to use that variable condition, that is a text variable. Okay. When we save this one, okay, we have uh, the condition variable and the selected data. Okay, here we are going to, okay, in the top we are going to add one more property, text align. In the column axis also there is a property called cross axis alignment. Okay, this is the alignment property inside the column. Every column we can able to set this alignment. When we set these alignments, our text will be arranged automatically. So the first part will be completed. So next we are going to define the slider and the button. So up to this we have made the first top container, that is completed. So next we are going to develop the slider and uh, calculate button. We will define the calculate button. Okay. Also we need to change this one font color to black color. So the text variable will be displayed in black color. So we are going to define this one as black. Okay. That text color will be changed. So now we need to give some padding. Okay. So we need some space between these two select data and the ending uh, container. So for that we need to give sized box widget. Here we need to give the height property to 20, 30, 30 pixels, no 20 pixels. Okay. So the first container is completed. So next we are going to define the second part. So for that we are going to create a container. Inside this container, we are going to define a column widget. Child, give column. Inside this column widget, we are going to define all the elements. We have text and slider elements inside this container. So when we look at that image, this is the second part. Okay, this is the second part. The text elements will be arranged as a column widget. So first element will be at the top, second from the next, like that. So we are going to define that one in the column widget. So for that, define children. The first child will be the text element. So the text element will be copy from here. Okay, first text element that we will have when we see the image height, that is a text variable 150 cm. That is also a text variable. So we will going to create as a row. Inside this row, First text element, we are going to define the first text element. So this is the first text element, that is height. Okay. Inside the row, we need to give the children property. Inside that first children, we are going to display the text element. So when we save this one, okay, height, that will be added. Okay, for the next element, we are going to define the variable, height variable. So for that variable, we are going to give the dollar symbol, then height variable. Okay. Okay, height we have already defined as 150 at the top of this application. So that will be get displayed. So now we need to give some alignment. So inside this row, there is a alignment property, main axis alignment. Give that main axis alignment to center. Okay. Also, we have to define some padding at the top. So for that, we need some space in between here. So we need to provide sized box property with height of 20. Okay. That also aligned. So after that, we are going to define a slider. Okay, the first one completed. So next we are going to define a slider. So for the slider, value that we are going to change will be height variable. So value completed. So after that, minimum and maximum value. So that next we have unchanged property. So unchanged property, we need to pass that value, and when we click this one, we need to change the value. So for that, we have to set the set state. In the set state method, we need to assign height variable equal to value. Okay, when we slide this value and okay, when we slide this slider, okay, there is a error because what it says means the default value will be between 1 and 0. The minimum value will be 1 and maximum value will be 0. So in this height variable, we have defined 150. So that is showing the error. So we need to change the minimum and maximum value for this slider. So minimum value will be 0 and the maximum value will be 200. Okay, the slider will has been added. So when we change this variable, the height variable will be changed. So also it will show in many decimal locations. So to reduce that one, we need to give the divisions property. divisions property to 200. So it will reduce somewhat. Okay. 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 Up to this one, we have completed the first part in this body of this application. So similarly, we need to apply for the weight variable also. So just copy this one, paste here. So here we need to change the weight, weight and weight variable. After that, here we need to change this one to weight. Okay, when we save this one, the weight slider will be also be added. So we are going to define the last part of this application. So for that, um, we are going to define the elevated button. So after this container, we are going to define an elevated button. Okay, now we have added that calculate button. Okay. So the we need to change the text style also. So for that, we just copy here and paste. Okay, so also we need some space between that one. So for that, we will use sized box. Height of 20. Okay, just we have added some more spacing between there. Okay. So next step, we are going to define a formula to calculate these variables. So using these variables, we will calculate the body mass index. So for that, we will define a formula inside this one. On press of elevated button. When we click this on press, the this line will be get executed. So using the height and weight, we will calculate the body mass index and uh, convert that to integer variable. Okay, so this variable will be get changed. So the output will be stored in this BMI variable. So after that, we are going to change the condition. Okay, so next we are going to change the condition. Actually, inside we need to define inside the set state of method. Inside this on first set state, inside this only we are going to define this formula. So after that we are going to change that string variable based upon the BMI value calculated. We will change that string variable. To change that string variable, we need a if condition. Okay. So this integer variable will be get hold the output of the BMI value by calculating this formula, and it will be stored inside this variable. So using that variable, we are going to change that string variable. So for that, first time it will be in the select data. This is the first value that variable will hold. So based on this result, we are going to change this variable. If the value is between 18.5 and 25, the condition that is a string variable will be normal. Else the condition will be based on the condition. If it will lies between 25 and 30, it will be overweight. Greater than 30, it will be called obesity, or else it will be displayed as underweight. So this using this formula, we will view the output. So when you save and just click the calculate button, the value will be changed. So the output value will be changed. So 83, that is the BMI value. Condition will be obesity. So when we increase the height and decrease the weight, it will be overweight. So the body mass value will be 26. So when we change some little bit, okay, the condition will be changed that to normal. So this is the output of the application. Using this output, we can able to uh, develop the application. So the last thing is we have developed successfully in this Android application, Android device. So the same thing we can able to run in web platform also. So for that, you just need to change this one to Chrome, and just click run. Click the run button, we can able to see the output in the web platform also. So similarly, iOS and all the things, all the platform independent code will be available, and we can, if we have the particular device selected above, we can able to run the application in that device also. Okay. In the web platform, the application will be like this. So here we can able to change these values, and we can able to see the output. Okay. So likewise, we can able to develop the application and deploy in particular things. So this is all about this video. Thank you.